For many of us, the passion for golf started at a young age. Whether it was competing in junior competitions with your friends or being dropped off at the club in the morning to play until the sun went down. The course you played at probably felt like the best place on earth. But was it really as good as you remember? For me, Farrington Park near Bristol in the UK was where I learned to play golf. It's where I dreamt of hitting the back fence of the driving range, where I learned how to bounce the ball on a wedge, and where I won my first ever competition. There were also other memories of doing really kind of stupid things.
When we were here, all this was grass, and we would try and hit balls from here, land them on the roof, and get them to drop back down into the gutter. That's what I was doing with your hard-earned money.
It's been 18 years since I last played around here, and I was a bit concerned that things may have changed for the worse. The course's website suggests they might be more focused on weddings and wellness now. Heck, there's even a hairdresser's there. I've come back to play around and see if what I remember this place as matches up with the current reality. And joining me is my mum. She was the first person to take me to play golf, and this is also where she started playing. As we walked in, things looked different straight away. The changing rooms had moved. What was a Spike Spa is now the Pro Shop. Where the Pro Shop was is now a spa. And most shockingly of all, cheesy chips had more than doubled in price. Well, I mean, that was probably a guarantee anyway. But walking around the clubhouse, you could see the trophy cabinet, and lists of their winners was front and center. Former and current captains' photos were easily visible on the wall, and this massive results board could be seen from anywhere you sit. Clearly, golf is still the most important thing here. The Pro Shop had some friendly staff, although I was disappointed with not being able to buy a branded hat. But we grabbed some tokens and headed over to the new and impressive driving range facility. With a top tracer system installed and some great hitting mats, this driving range is fantastic. I did think that some of the numbers that I was getting were a bit juiced up, but that could also be because of the normalizing option being turned on here. But that back fence doesn't lie, and on my first go, I fulfilled that childhood dream and hit it.
Yeah!
But don't just take my word for this, let's hear from someone else.
I think this place is terrific. Really super duper machine that tells you how far you've hit it, and a robot lawnmower like this little guy out here.
Yes, those robot mowers were pretty cool. As we headed to the chipping green, things got even better. This is probably the gold standard for short game areas, and you can practice pretty much any shot that you like, including trying to flop a ball over this tree, which is now twice as high as when I was here last. Still, that didn't stop me from trying. And next door is the 9-hole Manor course. This was the first golf hole that I ever played, and that's the same for my mum, who almost got a hole-in-one on camera. It was in fantastic shape, so if you're in the area, get down here and play it. The 9th hole was also where I got my first ever birdie, and as a bonus of nostalgia, I got another one while we were filming.
Yes.
I bloody did it!
Heading over to the first tee on the 18-hole course, we discovered a brand new putting area. Well, I mean, new to us, no idea how long it's been there, but it's massive. It rolled exceptionally true, but it was running very, very slow. But that's how it was on the course as well, so you'll at least be able to get a grasp of how fast the greens are rolling for your round. After giving us a review of the sandwich that she picked up,
I was out of 10. 5. You gotta say 10.
I can't got math.
we set out the rules of the match that we were going to play today.
Mum loves a good game of Stableford.
30, I'm playing on 35.
What am I off? I gotta play off the yellows apparently.
What are you?
6.2.
7.
7? What are we playing for? Fiver?
Yeah.
Big money game.
The first hole might well be the definition of risk reward. You can either lay up about 190 to 200 yards to the corner and then play down to the green from there, or if you can carry it about 240 yards in the air, you'll probably be on the green by taking the shortcut over the corner. As a junior, I could only dream of pulling this shot off. Pulling a 3-wood out, I composed myself and hit my tee shot. It was perfect. Or at least it looked perfect. For safety, I hit a provisional using my 5-iron and put it into position A. But I was very confident about that first one. After Mum hit 2 absolutely sensational shots,
That's going to be great. Come on, mother. Yes.
we rounded the corner and saw the green.
That's so good. You've accidentally done it. So I have probably been waiting to do that tee shot for many, many years. And I thought I was going to get really nervous and blow it. And I've blooming hit the green with a 3-wood.
Pretty much pin high. Making the eagle putt now didn't really matter that much, but starting off with a birdie was a bonus. I decided then and there that regardless of what score I was on, I was going to be going for everything today. So you're about to watch a really, really entertaining video here.
Oh my God, got your tree, got a birdie, birdie.
The second is a longer par 4, but everything is dry and firm. Plus, I'm juiced up from that last hole. Really, if you want to look cool, you got to hit this thing over the tree and draw it back into the middle. But mine went pretty straight. It did roll out to about 300 yards though, and I thought that Junior Paul would never believe that we'd be hitting golf shots like that. Only 105 yards left to the flag. Unfortunately, I ended up in a weird lie and pushed it into the bunker. But my wedges would be like this all day, and it looks like I've got a problem with my alignment here. Decent bunker shot, but couldn't make the putt. It's a bogey. Time for another rip on the third. I tried to hit it to the left side and let the slope funnel it down to the right. I didn't catch it all too well, but it still rolled out quite a fair way. Gap wedge lets me down here, and I've pushed another one to the right. A tricky flopper out the rough, and it's another bogey on the card. I had forgotten just how small and how much slope there was on all of these greens. This shot should do some service to show just how steep the slope is on holes 3 through 5. And this is what you need to think about on the 4th tee. 300 yards long, it was totally on to hit the green with my driver. But it's another bad strike, and I haven't landed it high enough up the slope. Even though I'm pin high, I'm short-sided and in the rough again. It doesn't look like it, but there is a ton of slope on this green, and I was glad to make off here with a 4.
How steep is this? So steep.
Oh
God, you bumped me.
Sorry.
After that hike up to the 5th tee, we've got a short par 3. The wind felt like it needed an extra club, but it ended up doing nothing to my 3/4 9-iron. Mum, on the other hand, was legitimately one bounce away from getting a hole in one.
Hit the path. Go on, go right. Yes. Oh no!
This is almost a dome-shaped green, and I struggled to figure out how I should play this bump and run. It might look like a simple hole, but that green is tough. But check out that amazing view in the background. I grew up thinking that the 6th was incomprehensibly long. Now I'm pretty sure that this hole normally plays into the wind, and when that wind is blowing, it takes a lot of effort to get your ball on the green. But today, with a 260-yard drive, I only have a pitching wedge left to the flag. It looked pretty good in the air, and when we got up to the green, I was pretty close. Rolling in a birdie on stroke index 1 felt so good. And now it's time for some Paul Makes Par history. The 7th was never a favourite of mine. With water on the left and out of bounds on the right, this hole would kill me a lot of the time. My drive today is a perfect draw that runs slightly through the fairway. Not the best stance for my second shot, 190 yards to the flag and into wind. Not the best contact, but it's easily over the water, and it's dry and firm enough for this ball to roll up to the green. And would you look at that, we're pin high. With my first eagle on camera on the line, I roll the putt. You know what? Yes, maybe this reaction was a touch over the top, but I just don't care because it was so cool to do this with my mum there and on a course that means so much to me. Man, golf is sweet. After calming myself down, I hit a decent enough 6-iron to a green that would for sure need a driver when I was 12 years old. Landing and staying at the front of the green, I'm still finding the slow greens tricky to figure out and come well short with my birdie attempt. No matter though, because I roll in the par putt. The 9th is in between the 6th and 18th holes, so with 0 consequences, you can just wail on your drive as hard as you like. which is exactly what I did, but I end up actually having consequences as I'm blocked out by this tree. Remember, we're going for everything all the time today. I try to hit a draw with the hybrid that turns out to be a monster strike. It goes dead straight though, and somehow lands in a bunker over the back of the 18th green. News just in, long bunker shot doesn't go to plan. Tricky lie, bad chip. But somehow after all that, I only just missed my par putt. Of course, it comes with the added pain that that would have been an under par front nine.
I mean, if you told me I'd be level par through 9 holes, I'd bit your arm off.
Just a quick note that you do pass a halfway house on your route to the 10th. Let's pass things over to Mum, who has a match update.
Welcome to the 10th tee. We are 22 points each on the turn, so all to play for.
Thanks for that, Mum. 145 yards to the pin now, and I actually compress a 9-iron, which bounces just short and rolls up to about 8 feet. I guess this is the kind of golf I'm playing today, so that'll be birdie number 3. Out of bounds to the left, and I'm starting to feel the I'm under par nerves. Ideally, you need to be as close as possible to the right of this tree to go for this green in 2, but I'm not. I'm here. I punch it out and I'm left with what should be an easy 105 yarder, but I've pushed a wedge again. Good job, I'm sick of bunker shots though, and I'm able to get up and down and save the par. Okay, here we go. The signature hole. Top 5 hole of all time for me. I'd spent ages doing the maths on what club to hit, but I knew that I needed to hit this over the bushes on the right, landed on the slope, and that would funnel my ball straight down to the green. Contact is acceptable, but the wind is holding up my draw. It's just not turning over. For a moment, I think I've actually done enough until I hear a ball hitting cart path, and there's no way it survived. Not thinking clearly at all, I rushed to hit another one and fat the crap out of it. I assumed it would be fine, but look at this. It's landed in the flippin' water. Should have just pulled a wedge and hit one where Mum's hit hers. She's hit the ideal shot here, really. Perfect. I dropped one next to the pond and break my heart with a 7. Still, I guess I'm actually only 2 over par, and today is a day for full send and full send only. The 13th is a true par 5 with another opportunity for some risk. I've fully rage hit my tee shot, and it's the longest of the day at 305 yards. I managed to zap the flag for my second shot, and it's 220 yards to the pin, so it's time for the hybrid to redeem itself. However, I was worried about getting it up in the air in time, which makes me lose focus, and I thin it straight into lost ball territory. And with golf being golf, I replay the shot and hit a perfect draw. Somehow, I still have a par putt here, which feels kind of weird. The flag is in a tricky spot, and as a bonus, I'm on the wrong side of the green for it, and it would end up being my only 3 putt of the day. On the other hand, Mum grinds this one out and holes an absolute bomb for her 2 Stableford points.
Get in. What a punt!
7 for 2.
Well, time to try and drive another hole, I guess. But a fly flew straight into my face as I started my downswing. I know it's stupid, but that's what really happened. And really, this isn't that bad a spot to be. Focused on not pushing a wedge for the first time this round, I am actually on the green. We end up with a decent 2 putt and a par. Looks like we're getting this thing back on track. The last time I played this hole, I walked off with a 2. I remember it like it was yesterday. So with that in mind, I grabbed my 8-iron and punched one firmly into the wind, and ended up sticking it pretty darn close, if you don't mind me saying. History repeats itself, and that will be birdie number 4. How am I 3 over par? This doesn't make any sense.
Birdie!
Oh, birdie girl. Just been informed that me and the mother dearest over there are dead level in this match for £5
Worth noting here that this was during the UK heatwave. It was hot as balls, and I am dripping in sweat. No time to think about that though, as the 16th tee shot is a bit tight, but if you hit it past the boundary trees on the left, your landing area actually opens up quite a bit. Thought my 9-iron was obnoxiously short here, but middle of the green is acceptable. so much slope on this green, and I only just missed the birdie putt. Kinda looks like things are going to plan again, right? Or so I thought. I've spoken too soon, and the only thing you can't do on this tee is go right, which, of course, is precisely what I've done after elapsing my focus. I'd say that this is easily the hardest hole on the course. However, it is good to know that everything that lands left of the green is going to kick back onto it. And I remembered that. My 7-iron lands in the perfect spot, rolls round the back of the fringe, and then dribbles back down towards the flag. Despite the slow greens that we've seen today, this putt is wicked fast. Reading that it was pretty straight though, against all the odds, I've managed to save par. Possible recovery of the year for me here, maybe even all time, I don't know, I've got to check the records. By now, I am fully drained of all energy. Farrington is a long walk and the temperature was, give or take a few, 1 billion degrees. I hit my tee shot up the left side and end up almost on the 9th hole, and on a pretty decent slope in this thick rough. At the point of contact with my 6-iron, all energy was lost, and my ball limps into the front bunker, where I would also fail trying to get it anywhere near the flag. Now, back to the match, because as my mum tells me she's rolled in a bogey for 3 points here, I realise that I actually need to hole this monster par putt to beat her.
My God, it all comes down to this.
Things have escalated quickly. I focus hard and roll the putt.
Oh my God, Joey.
Oh, that was a brilliant putt.
Would you believe it? Another lip out. But that would be a tie with both of us getting 40 points today. She played so well. And with a 76 gross, that's also the lowest round that I've captured on camera so far. On a day with so much wonderful nostalgia, this golf score goes with it perfectly. Can't wait to get back and play Farrington again. What a course. If you've enjoyed this video, hit subscribe to catch my future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the course.